everyone, welcome to Weekend Project. This is Laura Lynn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop. Thank you very much for joining us. We're working on a kind of I guess you can call it a scrappy buster, but you know, pick all sorts of colors of the rainbow. It's a rainbow fish quilt, and you can really do it any size you like. So I've done one row here, and you'll see it actually goes on an angle. See, it's on point. So these little fishies are on point. I thought it was actually kind of complicated to make these things. It's really not. You need 3 half square triangles and 1 square. And whatever the half square triangle turns out to be, whether it's 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, that's the square that you need to add to it, and then that's it. So I'll show you how to make the fishies, okay? And we're just doing rainbows. I've got my color selection right here. That's what's going to make up my rest of my fishies on the other side. But right now I'm just working on some aqua colors, purple, and then some green ones. And I'll show you how it's all going to come together. Okay. And at the end of this project, you end up having one of these left over, so it can go to something else. You can be you're making 2 quilts at once, okay? And really, this can be any size. You choose your half square triangle size, choose your square size, and you go from there. So remember when we were using the that little easy method for the tulips, doing the little fold over the ear like the little snowball? And this is what I made. Is just a tiny little fish just from the 3 of the half square triangles that came out from the tulip. So kind of cute, right? That's just a tiny one, but we're making a bigger one, okay? So, you know, the experiment is yours. Okay, so I've sewn down, we're gonna make 4 green fishies, and I'm just sewing down one side. So what we're gonna do is you find your center from here to there, either using this ruler, or if you have one of these lovely little rulers right here, you lay it right in the center from corner to corner, line up those and mark on either side, and those are going to be your stitch lines. I'm just going to rest my foot on that 1/4 inch, and I know it's going to sew down easy. So I was just trying to save some time. That's what I was doing. And now you can either have a blue solid, a white solid, a black solid, any sort of thing, just a solid, as long as your other ones are going to be like patterned color and you're not going to use that color somewhere else to make a fish. I think it would look good either way. I thought about making a black one. So, but then I'm like, well, you know, if I really want all the rainbow fish to show off, well, we should make it with the white. Okay. So I've sewn, I think, 4 of them together. That's half of our half square triangles. We're going to sew down the other side. Just following that little line that you made from corner to corner. Okay. And it's just the inside of my foot is resting right on that line. And I know it's a 1/4 inch. And I'll show you as soon as we're done. So, happy May long weekend, everybody. Hopefully you got your 3 days off. Very excited for it. We went and spent some time with family and really enjoyed ourselves, and it was nice to see everybody. My son came with us this time, and he hadn't seen a lot of people in 10 years, so it was kind of a bit of a shock to him. And so was he to them, I'm sure, because from 11 to 21, it's a big difference. So you just use your little cutter to separate your squares, and then you're going to cut right on that line. So this is what I mean about, here, I'm trying to find one that's a better example here. That it's exactly what you need to do when you're stitching, because that, if I were to have marked that, those are my stitch lines right there, right? So it's right in the center. This is exactly a 1/2 inch. Right in here is a 1/2 inch, okay? So you want to cut on those lines, but we want to make sure we're doing our other set too. So let's get those all done. These 4 right here, we'll do them real quick, and then I'll show you how to make the 4 fishies. I thought it was really cute. It's on my, when I'm zipping through Pinterest or just surfing or something comes up on Facebook, I'll save the picture and I'll be like, you know what, I can make that. And this didn't really have any specific instructions on how to make it, but once you took a look at the picture really closely, you can see it was just a couple of half square triangles and a square. So I'm like, well, that's pretty easy. I got this. It's not rocket science. And I chose to do mine at 4.5. So what I needed to cut these 2 pieces at, because this is my 4.5, so what I needed to cut this at, it was 4 7/8. So there's an interesting chart via the web that you can find. It's called Square in a Square, and I found that quite helpful. So check that out, okay? It's directions and helping you to figure out if you have a square inside of a square, okay? All right, so we'll just finish these up here. We've got so many, I wanted to choose the green because we've got so many green stuff going in our garden. We've got our above bed gardens all done, and well, most of them anyways, and we've got them topped up with triple mix, and got cucumbers and tomatoes and all sorts of good veggies coming our way. Okay, one more, and then fishy time. Okay. My very pretty pink nail or purple nails are courtesy of my sister Elizabeth and my nieces while we were away. That was one of my Mother's Day gifts from them, and I very much appreciate it. I got my toes done too. It was the first time ever. Felt a little weird. Not sure I'll do it again. We'll see. I'm very ticklish. That's my problem. I'm very, very ticklish. You just look at my feet and I start to giggle. So I don't know. I got to toughen up. Toughen up. Because I tell you, the foot massage did feel good. It's kind of like, sacrifices must be made for the gooder of the foot. Okay, so we're going to cut these. We're going to take our other little squares that we need off to the side. And we're going to cut all of our ones that we have here in half. And one is going to go off to the side because we only need 3 of them. And then you're going to make sure you press. You're going to press to the dark. So we need 1, 2. Let's find him and finish him off because we don't want to get confused. It's very easy to get confused. Okay. And that's just my cut line, that little pink line. Okay. So that's 3. We need 3. That's 1 fishy. Okay. We'll put that one off to the side because he's going to be a spare. Okay. We'll take these 2 guys. And you can always line up your 1/4 inch right over on your stitch line and you know you got it. So there's that. That, and 1 more. And the one for the extra quilt that you're making with because you're making this one. So, and it's a good thing to do. You can use multicolored. Actually, you'll see right here in my purple one there, I just used a dark purple and then used some light flowers. I thought, well, why not? I don't know. That could be weird. That could be crazy. Okay, so he's there. That's that little fishy done. And we'll get this little guy ready. And it's really quite easy for once you get all your pieces, you're just making fishes. As long as you're not swimming with the fishes. Feel all like, Italian gangsta. Okay, there. That one goes off to the side. I thought it was a good way to, get some of your scrappy busting and maybe a way to explore all your, some of your fabrics that you have in your collection. Okay, off to the side. Okay, now to make a fishy. So you take your square, your 4.5 square, and you place this one right on top just like that, on that angle. Okay, you're going to want to press these. See, I'm always jumping the gun because we've got like time. Time. So many things to do. Okay, press to the dark, or you can press seams open. It's completely up to you. Okay. Now you can either just trim these by a pair of scissors, your little nips or tails or ears or whatever you want to call these things, but you do not want them in the way. So just lop them off. Okay. They're just a pain. You can square this up if you want, but they do end up being pretty accurate at the 4.5. So I didn't feel the need to actually square them up at all. Okay, so all right, so that's where we were. We're just going to do that, and then these 2 are going to go. One's going to go like that, and the other one's going to go like that, and you can see the fish. Okay, so super easy. 3 half square triangles and 1 square. Okay. And I'm using white broadcloth for this, so I do know when I'm working with broadcloth, you kind of have to come in just a little bit extra, or it gets punched down in there because it's not a very say thick cloth, and this doesn't have a lot of substance to it, so. But this is just going to be a wall hanging. I thought of actually quilting the fish up in each little, like something different of what I can do here in the quilt shop. And there's just an example for somebody when they come into the store or the shop and go, hey, what's Laura Lynn doing? Well, this is what she can do. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. You have to check out Long on Wednesday to figure out how I'm doing it and how it looks in the end. Because we're just going to show you a few blocks. Because I still got a lot of work to do on it for this weekend. Okay. One little fishy's almost done, almost done, almost done. One little fishy's almost done. And then you just put those two together, lining up where your inner seam, or your middle seam is. The best you can. You can pin if you like, it's up to you. Okay, we're just going to split that open. And then we're going to give this little fishy a press. There, see? Doo, 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 doo. Making fishes. Okay, isn't that cool? So that's one little fishy. I think he was going to be the bottom corner one. So we'll put him down here. And then we have 3 more to make for the other section. So that shouldn't take too long. So we've got all our bits and bobs here. We'll give them a press. Okay. And if you want to press to the dark, you just pull the dark corner up and then run the iron up. Okay, from the light to the dark, and that usually just presses just fine to the dark. Okay. I'll show you again how that easy peasy that was. Oops, from the time he's pulled it over. Let's give him a press. Rebellious green, I tell you. He's bouncing off. Okay, so you just lop off those little corners, however you choose to deal with them. Put them in a little basket or a bucket or something and toss them outside. Or use them for stuffed animal filling, pincushion filling. It's completely up to you, okay? All right, so that goes there. This one goes on top like this, okay? Sew those two together. Take these two, line them up just like that. They're in the same direction, okay? Actually, probably could have squared that one up, but we'll make them anyways. He'll be a weird looking fish. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then you take those two. Hold on. There we go. You take those two and put them together. I'm like, wait a second, this is not working out here. This is a little on the high side. There we go. That's better. There we go. Make the fish, Laura Lynn. Just make the fish. When we were visiting my youngest niece, she has a fish, and it was Mr. Blah Blah, blah blah blah. And I was kind of curious at why he got that name, but he was white apparently. So, and of course vampires are white, and what do they say? Blah blah blah. So to a 5-year-old made awesome sense. I thought it was fantastic. So, another fishy. There we go. Okay, and then you're just gonna sew them side to side, just like these ones were done. Okay, and they're gonna go on an angle, and then that's what's gonna give you all your look like your fish. Or your, well, it's gonna go like this. So it's all gonna look like all your fishes are swimming. Okay. How are we doing for time? We got enough time? We got enough time? We're good for time? Sometimes these things take longer than I say they're gonna, because they always say, oh, 10, 15 minutes, and it's like 40 minutes later. That's what happens. That's what happens. Okay. Ooh. Do. Now that this was a kind of a funny pun because there's stars on this, so I'm making a starfish. Get it? Starfish. It's okay if I only find it funny. It's all right. There's some other stars in there too. Some yellow ones. Actually, which was the sashing on the hanging in there. The runaway block quilt. That was so much fun to make, I tell you. And the red one ended up going to my mom, so she's got that one, and she thought it was cute. So, all right, so now we're gonna do these two. Oops, that's not that way, silly. All right, just lop off the corners. Okay. Not trying to get this fishy turned around here. There we go. And like I said, you can make this any size you like. You can make those squares way bigger than 4.5. You know, make it 10.5, and you got yourself a big, huge fish king size quilt. It'd be awesome. And you can use more colors than what it has in there. I think there's 28 in the image. If you just go to Pinterest and type in rainbow quilt or rainbow fishes quilt, it pops right up there. We'll try and attach an image to what I'm working off of. Like I said, this is just kind of a made up pattern. I'm not following anybody else's directions, kind of like what I have on hand, and decided to make that size for me. And of course you can border it out as many times as you like. And I thought maybe even using these little extra pieces that they have left over as some of the border pieces, right? So, okay. So let's press that. Okay. My mic pack is slipping down the back. Okay, one more fish, and then we'll put three of the fishes together, okay? Unfortunately, I needed this one to be in this pack, not that pack. So, sorry. Patience a little bit more. We will get the fishes going. So if everybody's can't catch any fish this weekend, you can make them a fish. Say, look, honey, look what I caught. It was a fish and it was this big. Okay, alrighty. Serious business going on here. Let's get this sewing. Alright. That wasn't good. Question is why? Oh, well. Warning, is something stuck in the machine? No. You're gonna go down? Yes. I'm always afraid to use them after they make those noises. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, here and here. Oops. Lop those little corners off. These are the two I'm joining together, so I'll be more concerned about those two. I don't know why I did that. It's not like it was thick or anything. It's really thin material. I mean, I could almost see you through it if I could see you. I'm looking at it like it's going to jump out and bite me. Okay, hopefully I got that right. Did I get that? I think I got that wrong in my confusion. Yes, I did. I turned this around. Oh, snaggles. That's okay. We rip. It's not a show without ripping, let me tell you. And my husband just replaced this little head on my my seam ripper, so it's nice and sharp now. It's seen many, many thread rippings, that's for sure. The old one has, to the point it was dull. I'm like, how is that possible? How is it even possible that seam rippers get that dull? I think I should have had it turned the other way. There we go. Yes, it should have been this way. Okay, we got this. We got this. We got this going on. Okay, there we go. Now we put those two together and we've got our last of our green fishes. Okay. You could do this in just like a couple of colors or, you know, varying shades. If you have like lots of orange fabrics and you just want to do a bunch of orange fishes, a school of orange fishes, that would be kind of cool too, you know. Or even just like maybe two colors or something like that. Like a checkerboard pattern, checkered fish. That is. It's a gingham fish. Okay, now I will show you how to put a row together, okay? So there's our fishes. We want him to be the last one. So you can do them in the shades. You like dark to light, light to dark, whatever you like. I think I'm gonna go light to dark here. And you're just gonna sew them just like that. Like, doop, doop, doop. So they're all facing the same direction. Sorry, I keep it hidden, that's annoying me. So you're just gonna sew them together. Okay, so flip that one to there. Okay, let's just sew down the line. Petal's running away from me. Doo-doo. And that just goes to show you, where did my other one go? Here. That one was the 2-inch square, and I was using 4.5. Just look, there's the example, the size of the different fishes, right? So it would be just as cute if you made a small one like this as well. Like a little mini quilt. Okay, we're gonna attach that one to the bottom there. I may just be my entry into the Erin Fall Fair this year. A mini quilt. I actually had a category for that. Well, that's the first time I actually really saw it, seen it, like paid attention to it, was in the little flyer that comes around and tells you all the little things, categories, or what's available. I was like, mini quilt. What's with that? Who, why? All right, so now you're gonna press those. Just give them a little heat love, okay? And now you're gonna take some triangles and you're gonna put them on the opposite side here, okay? So in the picture, it has this triangle going this direction, like over here, and not like the other way, okay? Not like this, okay? Because you wanna end up making the side of the quilt going this way, because that other, the one that we had right here, goes right on top, okay? Yeah, it comes right to point there. So he's gonna end up meeting up just like that, okay, once we get them all sewn together, okay? So he's just gonna meet up like this, that's gonna meet there. You're gonna match up the seams the best that you can. If you have to trim each square, each fishy after you get them done, then do so, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew my triangle on this end, my triangle on this one, and get it sewn to this row, and then we'll call it a weekend project, okay? So let me just get that done. I like doing things on point. I didn't think I would, because it's like, oh my gosh, that looks so complicated. But really it isn't. If you can just not try and fiddle too much with these triangle pieces to stretch them out of shape or anything like that, it adds such a beautiful effect to the quilt. It really does if you can do it on point. Okay, so now this bottom one has me, okay, so there we go. So this bottom one has me putting the triangle in this manner because it's making the other side more like the bottom of the quilt. So we're making a side and the bottom all at the same time. Okay, let's just make sure I have that correct. And yes, I do. Actually, a little mark on that. Is that right? Yes. Okay. Take this, just sew down on this side. And then from here you can add a nice border of another color or just white or maybe ocean blue, seashells, stand. Okay, we're gonna give those a little press. Okay. Do. Right. Okay, and then he's gonna get attached right to this one. Okay, so right here to here, here to here. Okay, because that's making the bottom. So that would just be flipped and so on and so forth. And then this fishy would come right down here, and he's gonna get his triangle right on this side. Actually, let's do that. Sorry, falling out of my chair here. I want to make sure it's laying the correct way. Then you can see that's pretty much one corner of our little rainbow fishy quilt. Or wall hanging, or lap quilt, or what have you. Something to decorate the bathroom, you know. I've got a nice underwater sort of scene going on in my bathroom. I quilted up. It's a bunch of kois and stuff. All right, now this one goes on that side. I think so. We're gonna say yeah. I may be using the seam ripper again. Okay, and then that goes just like that, and then you put your little triangle piece right there, okay? So let's sew these two together, and then I'll hold it up, okay? And this is where you would want to make sure you're putting in popping a couple of pins in. Those seams, especially when it comes right up to the triangle, you want to make sure it's pretty exact, okay? And even when it comes right up to there, do a pin right at the edge, okay? Almost done. And hopefully you end up making one of these pretty little rainbow quilts or rainbow fishies. I think they're really neat. I thought, oh, that would have popped a color, especially if you want to give, a gift to a baby, or, someone you don't, they like fish, but you don't know if they've got a favorite color. And I think you got it all covered with the rainbow one. Okay, a couple pins. I'll sew. And then I'll show. Sew and show. Okay, right to the end. Okay, and I just used a nice little neutral thread throughout this whole project. I didn't change it from working on colored ones or blocks to, dark ones or light ones or anything like that. Okay, There we go, and then we'll give it a quick press, and then I'll show you. Okay. Almost there. Like I say, you use different colors. Like I used a couple of different purples, and I think in the turquoisey one there too was leftover bits of fabric that quilt that I made my sister Elizabeth, and a couple little squares there. It's kind of like a little memory quilt too when you think about it, because if you're using just scrappy bits from all the projects you've worked on, it's a little memory quilt for you, right? So I think that's kind of cool. Almost there. One last little bit. Okay, now give it a press. Make sure we got no more needles in here. No, we don't. Okay. Give that a little press, and then I will show you. We'll stand up and show you what we've done so far. Okay. And it's a good way to pop a color into some place maybe that doesn't have a lot, somebody who has a little fish hatchery or something like that. It'd be kind of cute to make them something. So here we go. So what do you think of that? It's kind of cute. Hopefully I'm holding it the right way. Yeah? Swimming fishies. Well, happy fishing, everybody. Enjoy your May long weekend, and hopefully you enjoy it. And check out Long Arm Wednesday when I'll be quilting it all up, okay? So thanks, everybody. Take care, and see you soon. Bye-bye.